Hello there. Hey, how's it going? We are live. Yes, it is I, Ninesvox, Ore Sunzo. I have arrived once again for some more Genshin Impact 5.0. Yeah. So, today we are going to be continuing through the 5.0 story quests. Let's see. Last stream, we finished up what I'm assuming is Mualani's arc. Hello, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm assuming we finished... excuse me. We finished up Mualani's arc of 5.0 for the time being. She'll probably come back into story focus later on, but all the quest said at the end of it was wait until 2 days later. So, I don't know where that's taking us. Oh, right. I came here to turn in my commissions afterwards. But wait until 2 days later was the last thing that we had to do. So, okay, we have more new quests from everyone. But, let's just go ahead and, while I recap the last episode. We arrived in the People of the Springs, Hot Springs town, basically. And one of the members there, Atea, couldn't actually use the springs because she was injured in an attack by the Abyss several years prior. But it had sort of taken a turn for the worse, so she was like, alright, you know what? I'm screwed anyway, let's just enjoy this. So she was sort of frequenting hot springs in secret every night. And the gang at the village found out about that and decided to renovate the hot springs as a surprise. But when it was supposed to be revealed, you know, when they had planned the party, the Abyss attacked, which resulted in Atea getting injured again in trying to close down one of their portals, and the Traveler's Purification ability being used for the first time since fucking Mondstadt. Yeah, I was not expecting that to actually happen. That's one of those things where it's like, wow, I did not think that they remembered. Didn't think they actually remembered that this was a thing. Just like Star Rail is doing with... Actually, no. They're not doing shit with Dan Heng, actually. He is still stuck on the Express, not doing shit. To be fair, his character arc has kind of ended with the end of the Xianzhou main story quest, but also at the same time, no, because they set him up as a main character, so... yeah. But yeah, yeah. Where was I going with this? Right. Everybody thought Hoyo forgot about Traveler's Purification powers the same way they seem to be forgetting about Dan Heng on the Express. So, we reawakened those powers and purified the abyssal corruption out of Atea. But, she was also already nearly dead, so she was like, yeah, cool, you've stopped me from dying faster. Yeah, here's a trinket. Here's a good luck charm.
Feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though.
Yeah. But yeah, so she told Mualani, told the Traveler, and said, alright, here's a token, like a good luck charm or relic or something. Give this back to the Archon, eventually. And so that is probably what we're doing next. I think we're going to try to get an audience with the Archon now, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So... hang on a minute. Alright. So, that is what I'm thinking we do next. Going to see the Archon. Going to try to see Mavuika.
Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
The Kaholosaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She gave Paimon some for the road just this morning, actually.
What was she up to?
Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed since we first met her.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mualani!
Hello there.
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
Oh,
And
shit.
Kachina?
Nice.
Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the rite of resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's a relief.
I was
The Abyss
expecting...
is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
I was expecting that something like that would
Exactly.
happen.
She deserves to hold her head up high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit.
Alrighty. Off to the stadium then. I think that's our next objective.
Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there. Had me thinking it was bad news for a moment.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it seems like the Abyss just wants to destroy everything. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If there really was some sort of cunning plan, wouldn't it make more sense to send them to attack Kachina and her small team? Not that Paimon wants them to be in any more danger, it's just...
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. The Abyss isn't a living entity after all, so what capacity for logic or planning could it possibly possess? But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, we've realized things aren't quite so simple.
What? So the the entire dimension itself is somehow a thinking entity that is hostile and like planning and learning and adapting?
500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Tevat. You know about that, right?
Yeah, during the age of Conria? Yeah.
That's right.
I know
Conria
quite a lot
suffered
about
greatly
that.
during that time. But so did every other nation in Tevat. And Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel the Abyss. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. Unrelenting black winds tore across the lands of the Flower Feather clan. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe.
Oh, that's interesting. So the Abyss understood the foundation of each tribe?
Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct, but its methods are, in truth, marked by intelligence.
Okay. So is that the fault of the Abyss Order, or is that the Abyss itself doing that thinking? So is it like, what's his name again? The Sinner, or is it just the Abyss itself?
We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom, and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
Oh shit.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knows you inside and out.
That's interesting. So that would mean it's in the ley lines, kind of.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to fully eradicate it, even after all this time.
I feel like at some point the Traveler's going to find a way into the Night Kingdom. I feel like he's going to find a way into the Night Kingdom at some point.
Luckily, the problems
even
left
for
behind by the
just a
Abyss
boss
have
fight
been
or something.
successfully addressed by the various Pyro Archons we've had over the years.
That's good.
Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up. I mean, just look at what we managed to do a few days ago. We totally fought them off.
Yeah, that might be speaking too soon there. Might be speaking a little bit too soon. In other nations, I've seen how much effort it takes to truly eradicate the Abyss. The people of Natlan live in its shadow every day. Who knows how long it'll take for this war to end?
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future where we get to stop fighting.
It's kind of a nice way to put it.
Responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. Everyone in Natlan views the war differently. But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages.
That's the spirit.
To think that my name could
commented
survive
earlier,
in
but I was
ballads
sipping
passed
water.
down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone
guess
has
so.
something that drives them forward, you know?
A legacy. You make me want to contribute.
Be my guest. Heroes are always welcome in Natlan. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere.
Alrighty. Yeah, and so this is Genshin, not Star Rail, which means if we have a playable character, that means they are alive. Which means Kachina is at some point going to be fully back. So, judging by the fact that she's a playable character, she's gonna be fine. This is not another, like, Tingyun situation from Star Rail. This is not another Tingyun situation here. I don't think. I hope not. Speaking of Star Rail, I've been catching up on the story of it off stream, and damn, Penacony is sad. It's such a sad story arc. It's so sad. Like, okay, I know generally what happens in it. I know generally what happens for some story beats. I don't know the order in which everything happens, or specifically when, but I know generally what happens, and, you know, Firefly and all that, because I got Firefly first day she was on the banner. Hang on a minute. I'll go into that more in just a moment. So we get to see what happens when someone's resurrected now,
Whoa,
too.
this place is packed already.
And it seems like only Kachina fell in battle.
Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
It took a
Yeah,
while
she
for the
doesn't seem like the kind of person who
progress
likes being the
button to-
center of attention.
show up.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Hello, Kanich.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah,
was
a
he
commission
doing
ran longer
this
than
whole time
expected,
anyway?
but I made it. I
Ah,
heard about the incident with your tribe,
commission
Mualani.
work.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
I could have done it better. I could have done better.
Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together. Come on, let's find a spot with a good
All
view.
right.
When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Right, hang on. Okay, still in Bellabog. Yeah, I'm just gonna say the Penacony story is so sad even before, like, blatantly sad things start happening. Like, even before, like, people start dying left and right and, like, the actual plot and cataclysms, like, start occurring, it is just vaguely sad. Like, when you learn about, like, entropy loss syndrome and how terrifying that is as a concept, and Firefly is genuinely struggling with that and all that stuff, and it's like, it's just kind of sad, and it's like, I want a better ending for Firefly. The Trailblazer Firefly ship is so cute. It's so cute. It's such a good ship. So it's a thing of, like, I want those characters to be happy in that game. So it's like, I don't know. I assume it's only going to get worse. Because, like, thinking back on it, Bellabog had its moments. Bellabog certainly had its moments. The Xianzhou main storyline certainly also had its moments, but it never was neither of those were ever as bad as Penacony was right out the gate. In my opinion, at least. Because, like, it gets sort of vaguely weepy and sort of sorrowful pretty much the second you start, like, really learning more about Firefly. but it does get more action-packed later on, because the others were far more action right out the gate. Like, they were just like, all right, from the jump, action. You arrive in like, Belobog, and you fight Japard, and then you... then it's like, all right, actually, we're just guests. We're not here to fight anybody. Chill out. Don't worry about it. So then he's like, all right, cool. We'll take you to meet the Supreme Guardian, and then the day afterwards, you're declared criminals, and it's just action right from the jump. Same with the Xianzhou. You arrive and you start fighting like right off, like the second you hit the ground, you start fighting the like Marastruck. It's action right from the jump, but Penacony's not that. Penacony's not. It takes longer to get to the actual thing. It takes longer to get to the actual meat of the story. And that build-up that focuses more on learning more about the characters rather than just let's fight. Like, again, that's not me dragging the other ones, because they also did certainly have their share of let's get to know the characters, but they didn't do it quite as well as Penacony does. They didn't do it quite as well. They're still really good. They're still really, really good. But they don't do it quite as well as Penacony does, which means the story writers are, like, have absolutely locked in. They have completely locked in, and they are doing their damnedest to make the story as compelling as they possibly can. And it works. And it works really well. So I'm excited to see where the story goes in every single Hoyo game that I am playing right now. Which is Genshin, obviously. Star Rail, obviously. I'm playing one and talking about the other. And Zenless, which I should play on stream sometime, but I think I'll do that when the next major patch drops. So that's going to be 3.0 or 2.5, I think. Can't remember which one, but whenever they add new regions to it, technically, quote-unquote regions, a new overworld region, a new chapter of the story is when I'll start playing Zenless on stream, potentially. Maybe. But I am starting to get curious about how Honkai Impact 3rd plays. I find myself slipping deeper into gacha game hell. But let's continue on with the story quest here.
So Kachina can spot us.
Sounds good.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Ooh, Super Saiyan. Oh, she's stepping into the flame? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm letting the moment do its thing. I want to see this cutscene. This is a good scene. I always love a good crowd song scene when they're used correctly. Nothing's happening. Hello, Mavuika?
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
Huh?
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Okay. I sort of
I
figured
think
that
it's
something
pretty
bad was going to
obvious.
happen.
Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
And what was the mission, Chasca?
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off.
How easy would it be to push this guy off the platform he's perching on right now?
Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare
Bitch.
you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Yeah, get him.
Calm
Get him,
down,
Mualani.
Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about
Get
it,
him.
everyone.
Jump his
Who do you
ass.
think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must... Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not...
No! She's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation,
I'm trying to
no
theorize
matter
how
how
this
scared
works
she
here.
might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
This guy's gonna eat
That's
his
enough.
words eventually. Thank you, Mavuika, for stopping
There
all
is
of
no
this.
doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter.
Very sort of nothing response.
To prevent further casualties,
We're looking into it.
I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
Yeah, that's fair.
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
That's a good way to put it.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon. I just...
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course
There
not.
we go. Thank you, Mavuika, for putting
Even
that
though
bastard
I
in
have
his
said
place.
nothing to change your mind. Then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? I know you said you were
Wait,
investigating
sorry.
the situation, but
Got a bit too
I'm
overeager.
sorry, that's not enough.
I've already
Clicking.
shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation.
Oh wow, just an open invitation? No red tape this time? No, don't worry about it. We, the government, have this under control, like in Liyue? Or Sumeru? Well, no, Sumeru, we were like, nah, we're taking this shit into our own hands because the academia is compromised. Or Fontaine, where it's like, you don't have to worry about the prophecy for right now until Navia shows up and it's like, hey, we need to look into the prophecy. Yeah, let's see. Or like Inazuma, where it's like, nah, the government is going to stop you at every turn because they are a repressive government. But no, this time it's like, nah, just, you know what? Work with us here. We need help. We don't know what's going on either.
So,
It's kind of funny.
what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that
Yeah.
case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
Hey, we'll join too.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat.
Oh shit, name dropped.
Rest assured, everyone,
front of the whole
I'll keep
audience.
the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation.
Alrighty.
Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I think so.
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
Alright. So this is the latest arc. We shall... Okay, see, when I said at some point the Traveler's going to find his way into the Night Kingdom, I didn't expect to be sort of correct, because I still think I'm right about at some point the Traveler will enter the Night Kingdom for a certain, like, scripted segment of it.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point.
As a domain.
Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location.
So can the rest of us just go in and search too?
Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
Okay, so let's just throw us all at the void, or at the abyss.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
I feel like if you send like 50 people at the abyss, it'll probably work a lot better than just like 5. I feel like sending
How
as
long
many
will
as
that
you
take?
can will work a little bit better.
It's hard to say.
But granted, I don't know.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
I think the honor of murderer goes to the abyss.
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing.
All right.
Considering
Let's
the
hear it.
recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, but if we stop altogether,
Shit.
the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
Okay, so the abyss has forced them into a lose-lose situation here. That's interesting. So it really is learning and growing
If
as
we
time
compare
passes.
the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
This guy is just the Alhaitham of this nation here.
But what would you say,
Let's approach
Mualani?
this rationally and
This
think
is
normally.
personal
here.
for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
Yeah, let's take a third option here. We can do something here.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equally painful.
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, so the Abyss has made this an unwinnable situation, barring external interference from this guy right here.
Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants.
Okay, so they really have been playing a long
Their
game.
ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses.
Alrighty.
Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach.
I'm guessing the sacred flame is fueled by... Well, okay, so if it's only generated by people from Natlan competing in the pilgrimage, that means it's generated from Phlogiston somehow. And also... fighting spirit, I guess? To put it in, like, anime terms, it is generated from fighting spirit. So couldn't you just rally the troops against the Abyss and use the people's unity and desire to just kick the shit out of a whole dimension to fuel the fire?
I understand your anger, Mualani.
Or we just do some Dark Souls shit.
That provided some clarity, at least.
Or bring back, like, a zombie and sacrifice it to the sacred flame, like in Dark Souls.
Wow.
That's not a serious suggestion. Don't take that seriously. Do not take that seriously.
But the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop.
Okay, so...
With fewer participants,
just make it like
the amount of
the normal
contending fire
Olympics.
produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured, until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls.
Okay, so the Night Kingdom is just the life stream from Final Fantasy.
Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat
That
it.
is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
So, again, send us. Bring some outside interference into the mix
Just
here.
like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the sacred flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss
We'll come
poses
with.
the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Alrighty.
Traveler? What do you think?
I promised you would have the chance to learn from me, so
Understood.
let's go.
Then I'll support you in any way I can.
I'm about to make the joke again that I made back in episode 1, that every single time the Traveler forms a large team in any nation, they immediately form a ranger team with the ranger colors. Observe. Red, green, blue, yellow. We're going to call that, I think, black, technically, because most of the outfit is black with red accenting. Gold. I'm gonna make the joke again. I will bring it up again. And I will likely be bringing it up again in Snezhnaya, too. Whenever that inevitably happens. I will be bringing it up again then, too. Probably.
The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom.
But doesn't taking her ancient name mean she can't be resurrected?
Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
I was right. I was right. Traveler's going in.
The Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Paimon, Navia nearly died in Fontaine due to some shenanigans with the primordial seawater. A very similar thing happened to her where she was placed into limbo. Do you remember this? Nervalette came through and saved the day again, but this feels like it's something similar to that, where she's just sort of in purgatory for a while, and we just have to step into purgatory using some random elemental magic.
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
Actually, we also entered Irminsul through some unconventional methods at one point, too. So, again, it's not out of the question that the Traveler's just going to be fine. that like, Travelers are just going to be completely alright. Everyone else is like, this dimension is hostile to me. I don't know what's going on. It takes all my energy to stay conscious. And Traveler's just like, the fuck is going on here?
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
It won't be a problem.
So, Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Paimon's going too.
Alrighty.
Citlali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Alright, well, back to Scions of the Canopy to retrieve the thing that he just delivered.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide
Fellowship
the success
of
of
the
this
ring?
operation.
The Fellowship of the
Besides,
Ring?
You're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious.
No worries.
I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Citlali is voiced by Skylar Davenport. Shit, alright, cool. I mean, it makes sense that Skylar Davenport voices in this game, considering they voice in another Hoyo game, and Hoyoverse loves casting the same people because they're familiar and they know that they're good. Skylar Davenport voices in Nike Goddess of Victory as well, if I remember correctly. It's Belorta, I think? Is it Belorta? It's Belorta. I feel like I've talked about this before, but it's either Mika or Belorta in Nike Goddess of Victory. One of the Carinades, anyway, who are one of the funnier organizations in there.
Why?
They're detonation experts that run a toy shop. And they always play pranks on people, which is hilarious. They're also war orphans with a terrible backstory. Like, with a terribly sad backstory. Or war orphans or just regular orphans? I think regular orphans, but it's Nike. Of course they're war orphans. Something something the Raptures. Yippee. But yeah. And then, I don't know what else Skylar voices. But I know that they're a high-profile voice actor.
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
It's kind of complicated. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Who the fuck am I, Gambit? Channing Tatum's Gambit from the Deadpool movie? Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. I'm not gonna try to do the actual voice. I'm just gonna make the joke. It's kind of complicated.
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, you know, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
Yeah, let's see. Let's list off our accomplishments. In the first one, we didn't meet the god till later, but we worked alongside him to fight a dragon. In the second one, we were accused of murdering the god. And then he just sort of chilled and watched the fireworks from a distance. In the third nation, we had to fight them. And then fight them again. In the fourth nation, we worked alongside the god, but then they got imprisoned and we had to bail them out by fighting a different god. In the fifth nation, we were jumped by the god, but scared her off the second we said, yeah, we're fully willing to fight you right now. And then befriended her. And now we've befriended her.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate.
You know quite a lot about me.
Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time.
Fair enough.
Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
A drink and some musical ambiance sounds kind of nice.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
Were they comrades during a previous Night Warden war? Before Mavuika became the Archon?
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all.
It's a surprisingly lighthearted nickname for that.
But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it. And once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
Seems good. Are those two just staying there? I mean,
you said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
I was thinking, Kinich and the short one, Yansan, never said they were going to take part in the search for Kachina. Or Kachina.
You're
what
right.
was Mavuika's plan
Even
here?
now, the production of contending fire is far from sufficient.
Oh, that might have something to do with how the Abyss was able to do what it did.
The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy. And we're currently at the breaking point. As things stand, the pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes.
I like the eye designs of everyone here in, like, Natlan. They're really unique. Like, Mavuika's sunburst.
The Abyss has brought catastrophe
Mualani's
to Natlan.
vaguely fish-shaped
And Kachina's
pupils.
disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
Kinichi's sort of odd glowing eyes.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic.
That is fair.
But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice.
Yeah, these sort of like
The latter
lizard-like
was
eyes.
clearly the better solution,
They're
but you chose otherwise.
the eye designs are really cool. Same with the shapes in the hair. And the like auras, I guess. I love how they're stylizing the Natlan characters more.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
So these three are off on a separate mission to sustain the sacred flame.
Yes. Come with me.
Alrighty. I've got to start responding to things in real life the way characters in these games do. where they either like repeat what someone just said or say, "You mean," just just randomly. Demon King.
The
Sacred
sacred
sword.
flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability.
Natlan's stability.
So until our heroes are ready,
Like that.
I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
I mean, that is sort of. I mean, you do have the Gnosis, right? You can.
But that
use
can
the
only
Gnosis
last
for
so
it.
long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame.
Yeah, this ain't Dark Souls. We can't just throw a dead body into it and call it a day.
I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people.
This isn't the
This
Dark
is
Souls
part
lore.
of my duty.
Fair enough. Also, again, she's the Archon. She has the Gnosis and all sorts of other divine power and bullshit. Ah, they're here. Oh, these guys? I could beat them
The
with my eyes
Archon
closed.
of Natlan,
Ooh, Capitano.
a force to be reckoned with.
Ah, Capitano's
The
here.
secret of the ley lines is no secret to me.
Give me
Long
that
have they
shit.
been destined for ruin.
Give me that sword.
And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled,
Who's
use
voicing
the Gnosis in
Capitano?
your hands.
Who's voicing Capitano here?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
Oh, the
In
sunglasses.
times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan.
I recognize that voice
But
actor,
before
but I
the
can't
dawn of a new
figure out from
age,
where. Is that
The old must be destroyed.
Xander Mobus? Oh, that's a cool sword.
I assume that's the end of your speech?
The ice with the black aura? That is
People
cool.
like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Ooh. I think I said this in an earlier episode, but I love when they do animated fight scenes that show like what the characters are really capable of in lore. Like fully lore accurate fight scenes. Oh shit, Sephiroth's meteor. Flare. Terra Flare. Actually, no, that was nowhere near Terra Flare. Their fight scenes have gotten so much better animated since launch, too. Their cutscenes are so much better animated. Come on, this is awesome. Some Dragon Ball level fights here. Chris Tergliafera, that's who it is. That's who it is. That's why I know it. Gundam Tanaka from Danganronpa 2. And more. I just can't remember who else. Ooh, cross counter, huh? Nope. Fireball. Feels like they both got whooped pretty evenly. Well, I'll be back next week. Sure thing. Yeah, same time. Yeah, like same day, same time, same day. Yep. Back next Friday or something like that. Or, nah, I'm busy Friday. Does Saturday work?
Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Hmm? What was that about the Masters of the Night Wind? That was a cool-ass scene right there. I love that.
Are you alright, Archon?
Sorry, I might have broken your sword, Kanich.
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
Damn, so the first of the Fatui Harbingers is just Archon level in combat. Just completely Archon level from the jump.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat.
Although those claws and the black ice probably means he has some sort of special... Well, obviously he has some sort of special power, but beyond just simply a cryovision. Or a cryo-delusion. Means he's got some special, like, innate ability.
If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Because he's from Natlan, isn't he?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
He's got to be from Natlan, then, if he's bringing up
The
thing
Harbingers
from
are all
500
driven
years
by
ago.
their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night Wind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Traitors? Imposters among us? Among us? Sorry, I have to adjust my mic after doing that. I had to pick my mic up in order to get close to the camera. Among Us?
Not necessarily.
Stop posting
This
about
could
Among
prove
Us.
to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further.
Among Us.
Kanich, go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course, I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not.
Yes, but fear not. Why? You're using yourself to kindle a flame.
Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
It's kind of interesting that when she's going to this, like, sort of Super Saiyan mode, the screen flashes grayscale for a second. I think that's kind of interesting. It turns black and white for a moment before she changes. That might just be to hide the shifting of the models, but it's still a cool effect. Still a really cool effect.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Maybe.
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now.
Oh well.
I just hope the others have a safe journey.
Oh, so she drew out the power of the Gnosis and sort of used the Archon position as kindling, as it were, rather than actually putting herself into the fire. So she's put a limiter on herself by devoting, like, 70-80% of her power to kindling the flame or something like that. Some flat percentage of her... some percentage of her power to kindling the flame, and then leaving just enough to chill out and run around more. Ah, yes, the fight. The fight is set, like
What's
Blade
happening
says.
at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Yeah, Kachina doesn't have that much time.
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
That's fair.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, We'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Paimon really hopes nothing goes wrong.
This region was a bastard to climb through the first time I was here. And then I discovered how effective these guys were with all their grappling hooks and shit. Now I'm just chilling. Look at this guy. Looks so fluffy. Looks so soft and fluffy. It feels like these things would either just have fluff, or that would feel like grass. Like if you were to pet them, it would either be fluffy or it would feel like grass. I feel like there's no in between there. It feels like there's no real in between. No, that's just a
What
guess.
can you tell us about the scions of the canopy?
The tribe's people are very adventurous.
Oh, kinda
more
like
grapple
us then.
I'm not so sure.
I feel like
You don't
Kanichi can
strike
use
me
these
as the
grappling
type to
points
enjoy
without
danger.
having to.
The scions of the
Turn into a
canopy are a
dinosaur.
bunch of thrill seekers. They love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour, or even bungee jumping
what was
without
that
a
last
rope
one?
while a Yunkasaur
What was
stands
that
at
last
the edge
one?
and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
A little bit.
Okay, that does sound different from our...
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Huh. So, volcano parkour. Huh. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that one.
Chasca.
Hello there.
Nice to see you again, Waina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for this.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
Yeah. Long story. You will explain it later, but first we need to go. We don't really have that much time. Also, all of the chiefs of the tribes that we've seen so far have really cool outfits.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
They have really
but
great
someone
outfits.
needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Go in there. The nature of
Mature
battle
warrior,
is
sorry.
unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
Nah, we're different. Give us the stone.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Waina. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. I love that trope in media where someone's like, I thought you'd say that. All right, fuck it, fine, I'm in.
Is something
I'll
wrong,
help.
Waina? This doesn't seem like you. Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone. Keep it safe, okay? It's not like we have a spare.
Okay. It's like the guy from South Park. Keep it safe, okay? Or who is that guy? I can't remember. Just the casualness with which he said, yeah, here's a priceless artifact that can do some magical bullshit. Keep it safe, aight?
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chasca?
Oh, Chasca's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way.
Okay. Okay, so the other thing I'm realizing so far, all the chiefs have some kind of unique artifact, or not like necessarily a weapon, but some artifact on them. This guy's got this gauntlet thing. That's cool.
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business. Waina, how do we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone
world
is like
of
a fishing boat
concepts,
drifting down the
where
river.
thought becomes
But
reality.
the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
I mean, sounds like a good plan.
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe.
Vichama.
He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Okay, that's fair.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Thank you. We'll
Alrighty.
go look for him there.
We're off then.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
And this is going to be Vichama's one last job moment, where he's like, I'm putting together a team. I'm never going to work again. Something, persuasion. All right. This is my last job before I retire for good. Or something like that. That's just a guess. I'm still a lizard. There we go. A worn out Yumkasor. They don't look like they're in the mood to talk. It's a good thing they can't talk even if they were in the mood. Wait. Hang on. Can I talk to them if I'm a lizard? If I'm a Yumkasor, can I talk to them? Katari. You can! Hang on a minute. You can talk to the dinosaurs. Ugh, all I've done lately is listening to those humans go on and on. Sorry, I'm not in the mood for a chat. I don't think I'll be in the mood tomorrow either. That's cool. Alright, let's check tribe reputation. How's my reputation? Because I know that they've all got different reputation rewards. Yeah. Like, all 3 different tribes mentioned so far have different reputation rewards. I think that's kind of interesting. That's an interesting way to do it for a place that is known for having several factions, instead of one central city like the rest of the things. Like the rest of the nations of the game so far. There's an Oculus around here somewhere. Oh, it's under this whole thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's on the other side of that, isn't it? I don't feel like... No, it's under here. Oh, hey, there's a chest down here. Hello there. Don't mind if I do. How do I get back up? Alright.
Got her!
There we go. Never mind. Oh, wait, hang on. There is a way. He's beginning to believe. Come on. Oh, cool. Can rest up over here. And then jump back that way.
Got her!
There we go. Look, I am good at platforming. I'm good at platforming in this game. Ooh, disc. Not easily distractible whatsoever, guys, I swear. I am not easily distractible. I have an attention span, guys. I swear. Vichama. Are you going to be uniquely designed, or are you going to have a generic NPC design? There we are. He's going to be an NPC design.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah, that must be him!
Yep.
Hello there, are you Vichama?
You couldn't tell?
That's me. Did you need something?
Oh shit, I was actually close with that voice. I was actually kind of close with that. That's me. Do you need something?
You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible?
I mean, that's how the Ode to Resurrection works,
No.
right?
If you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Legendary Scout. Is his
Everything's
title.
fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request.
Sure, go
After
ahead.
I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Okay.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
Fair enough.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone?
Here you go. Don't break it. I'm gonna continue with that joke.
I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world.
Is that a train horn? Sorry, I hear something in my... That is a train. Okay. Huh. Alrighty then.
Once the connection is established,
I
the
know there's a
abyss will come
railroad
surging through the opening
near
like a
where I
predator
live, but,
honing in on
like-
the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Fair enough. Let's just find an abandoned place in the middle of nowhere and start
Wow, you
going to
got
town.
all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius.
Maybe we should also go find Lali to help this
I'll go find
venture?
an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
Okay.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Why is net in quotes there?
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible.
That's clever.
An ancient name.
That's a clever way of doing
I
things.
see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them.
Alright.
Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
How convenient. We could also just teleport over there if we needed to.
Gotcha!
All right,
Alright.
let's split up. See that
Gotcha
clearing?
and go.
Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chasca?
Because I
There's
will
no
steal
need.
this shit from you.
Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
Alrighty.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so
Who's
no
this
need
guy
to
who's
rush.
ominously
I'll
in
see you in a...
Oh, sorry. Oop, Ping. Please, work with me here.
What an odd guy. He seemed so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Also, I just now noticed, like, a design, a thing on, Chasca's, like, outfit. She's got, like, a bone pattern on the one leg of her pants. You know, the one side that actually, like, has a pants leg there. She's got like a sort of stylized bone design on it, which I think is cool. Like the bone structure of a leg. You know, femur, tibia, all that stuff. I don't remember my osteology very well, but I know generally what a femur looks like. Because that's, I think, one of the most bone-shaped bones in the body, aside from maybe the skull. Like, in terms of a bone shape being iconic, there's the generic, like, skull and crossbone style bone, which is, like, sort of femur-esque. And then there's the skull, which is another iconic bone. Technically group of several bones, but still, you get the idea. Tune in next time where I do a bone tier list on stream in terms of like which one's the most iconic in the skeletal structure. I should do something like that where I just do like a goofy tier list on stream. I should make something like that someday. Like maybe it wouldn't be a stream, but it would be like a video that I upload where I just make like a silly tier list. Like like a tier list of like which bones are the most iconic. All 236 of them. It's 236, right? I know it's 200, like 2-digit 6. So it's like 2 blank 6. I think it's 236 bones. I think. But yeah. Amota.
Hello.
Amota.
Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes.
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total. Deal?
Deal.
Wait.
Okay, that was
What,
surprisingly.
you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask.
Roka. We'll keep that in mind.
All right. That's everything.
Can I get extra
There you
climbing
go.
stamina, please?
Now I need
Perhaps.
the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Bichama mentioned.
Let's go. Pajitan.
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need 2.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Hoyo gave my ass the cliche old man voice.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Which I am also guilty of giving characters when I need to voice an old person. Just watch my Persona 3 series to see just how bad it got when I was trying to do the old couple social link. They gave my ass the cliche old man voice.
Relax. Everything's
worry
going
about
according
it.
to plan.
Hell, even back in my Final Fantasy V Let's Play, Galuf had an absolutely absurd one. It sounded less like an old man and more like Skeletor now that I think back on it. I mean, it was kind of old man-like most of the time, but it was a little bit weird like this. I'll be back next week with some more bizarre facts. Yeah. Actually, that was Papyrus, not Skeletor. That was Papyrus, not Skeletor. I need to play Undertale again.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Looks all right.
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both.
3,000 mora for both. That seems like a reasonable price for a large amount of obsidian. I know that there's someone online that's done the math of how much, like, of like Denny's from Zenless to USD. Like of how many Denny's $1 was and vice versa. But I wonder if the conversion's the same for Mora. Like, I think it came down to, like, one Denny is, like, $0.0005 or something like that. So it's, like, less than a cent. I can't remember the exact amounts, but, like, after a specific scene in Zenless where where the protagonist character was pricing something for someone, where they were like, all right, you can have this one for, like, 25,000 Denny's, and I was like, that seems like it's like such a casual amount to throw out. So I was like, all right, how many dollars is that in a dollar amount? And it comes out to like $15 or something, which for a VHS rental is exorbitantly expensive for 1 week. Is exorbitantly expensive for 1 week. Like after that, I went into like a rabbit hole of like how much Blockbuster or other video rental services were charging for a 1 week rental of a videotape. I think they were technically renting CDs, but still. And then adjusted that for currency change and like inflation. And it was like, it came out to like $8. So I don't know how the hell Wise is still running that video shop if he's charging like 7 more than most other services. And that was Blockbuster prices from I think 2000. So well before streaming services started to sort of cut into the market there.
Here you go.
It was interesting. So it's like, I don't know how
I heard you mention
Wise
Vichama just now.
keeps his business running.
You running an errand for him then?
Actually, wait, no. Bell and Wise can afford to run at a loss because they have proxy money. That's how they keep the business open if they don't have that many customers. I mean, technically they do have more customers later on, but still, they can afford to keep their business running for as long as they need to because they have proxy money.
How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
They also gave me the pirate voice, too, for some reason. They gave me this voice. The cliché pirate and old man voice. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here, as Gambit says.
Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition.
Oh, but that counted as a withdrawal and a retreat, which meant they couldn't resurrect anybody who died.
Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just, Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
Doesn't sound like it was his fault.
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all.
Right, so he's having sort of a crisis of, man, if I was there, something would have gone differently.
I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering. And some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But...
Well, we're working on that.
Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
Alright. Why is there a lizard spawner here? Hi there. Misclick. That was a misinput!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Alright. Back to Vichama. Well, not back, technically, but still. You know what I mean. Alright, lizard time. Friendly neighborhood Yunkasaur. Oh, it's up a bit? Huh. Thought I was about to fall. There we go. Flo's True Form challenges with Scions of the Canopy territory. Collect as many challenge coins or orbs of inspiration as possible within the time limit to increase your challenge rating and obtain better rewards. Okay, then. We're not going to be doing that right now. I know the graffiti event is still on, but I'm not doing that right now. We're not doing that today. I'll do that off screen. That's one of those off-camera grinding things that I was doing on my own. I will turn these in off-camera too. Just so that we don't have to take too much of a detour here. Let's see. Oh. Sanctifying Unction. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Need Pyro. There we go. I actually didn't expect that to work, to be honest. But I probably need a better Pyro source than that. Yeah, because that needs to be activated over there. And I don't think I can wait 20 seconds before that one turns off. Yeah, I need someone that's not Arlecchino to do these challenges. So let's switch Farina out of the team real quick. Just because Farina... Actually, no. Let's switch Xianyun out of the team real quick because we don't need... Yanfei will do. Let's put
Next
another
time,
catalyst
be
in there
sure to make...
real quick. Alright. Now. I can do that. And that. I know I could use Amber, but then I'd have to charge up the bow. And otherwise, I can just do this with Yanfei. Is it Yanfei or Yanfei? One of those turned off. Those turned off. Where's the fourth? There's another one. What's Bunpaki doing here? Roar. Roar. Are we interrupting its mealtime? It sure looks annoyed. Nah, he's just he is not just chilling. He is not just chilling. Did I just do physical damage with the Catalyst character? Y'all saw that white number pop up, right? The white number underneath the like damage numbers. Did I deal physical damage with a Catalyst?
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. All right, let's go. Let's lock in.
Let my name echo in song.
I don't know why. Oh, okay. Wait, I had to calm it down by... Oh, no. We're just going to resume the fight, aren't we? No, okay. We don't need to do that. Roar. Oh, okay. No indwelling. Shit, I have to fight over now.
Transfixed. Everlasting as the moon.
Don't worry about it. I got this.
Overruled. Time for your arraignment. Motion to compel.
And Yanfei is dead.
Has loopholes.
Ah, it's something furry. Something furry is blocking your path. Hmm? An energetic alpaca. Roar. Hmm. Huh? So you're all friends then? Roar. Roar, roar. someone who seems to be someone who seems in charge of watching the alpacas comes over and calms the Umkasaurus. Hey, calm yourself, half-baked. See, that's why you got your name, making rash judgments like you always do. Roar. Don't worry about him. He's just got too strong a sense of duty. Gets all antsy when there are strangers about. But it's also thanks to that dedication that I've got an easy time over here taking care of these alpacas. Anyway, what brings you people to my little spot? Just roaming about, on our adventures. Adventurers then. That said, I imagine Half-Baked saw you as dangerous folks with the scary, scary auras. Paimon didn't know the Umkasaurus could do that. And here we were thinking that the alpacas were about to get attacked. Guess it was all just a misunderstanding, huh? And a common one it is, too. Wait, hang on. The speech pattern there means this guy has a Scottish accent. Aye, and a common one it is, too. I know my fella looks fierce, but he's pretty close to yon alpacas. I'd even call them friends. It's a terrible Scottish accent, but I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. Hang on. See, because the I and a common one it is too, and yon alpacas. That means that he's speaking a northern. I think that's a northern English dialect. Right there, and I'm assuming the I and the it is indicates Scottish. So this guy has an English accent clearly from the north. So I am just defaulting to Scottish because that's the only one that I properly know how to do. Sorry to any Brits out there that take offense with my horrible accents. What's up, little guy? You want to be friends with them too? Roar. Wow, I guess so. But yeah, thinking about it, you're usually just gonna hang out with the two of us. Some animal friends. That would do him good, yes. That'd be quite the adorable scene too. Don't you think? A little Tapetlisaur surrounded by alpaca friends? Me, I could chow down on 3 bowls of blaze meat stew before I got bored of it. I think that, okay, that leaned out of Scottish and more into a different one that I can't remember what the right name for it is. Still, that'll depend on whether my alpacas agree or not. Friendship's not going to be forced and all. Wouldn't you say so, half-baked? What's this? Someone doesn't want to get friendly with our Bunpaki? Hey, no need to get all defensive. Let's give Bunpaki a chance to try this out for himself. Kids only grow when they learn how to get by through their own hard work, right? Roar. Well, your Tapetlisaur's got confidence coming out of its ears, or I'm blind. Guess I'll head back and get some rest. Just holler if there's trouble. Just holler if there's trouble. Trouble. Purple burglar alarm. It's because they tap the R's. They either tap them or drop them at the end. That's purple burglar alarm. Hey, you know what? Might as well holler for Half-Baked instead. He's got the alpaca. He's the alpaca expert here after all. Just kidding. All right, little fella, you've got this. Good luck. Again, that slipped out of being a Scottish accent and more into something completely different at the end. Let's have Farina do the healy thing. I just got it into my head that Farina would make a good character for like a magical girl drawing. For drawing like Farina in like a magical girl pose or situation. Not like a different outfit or anything, but just like the pose and the situation. It's, yeah, and I know that there are different Scottish accents. Like, I know that the Edinburgh accent is different from the Glaswegian accent, or is different from the Glasgow accent. Glasgow, Scotland, right? I have my geography correct there? I think it is, but like I'm like 98% sure that it is, but there's still that 2% of doubt. And it's another northern accent that's not Scottish, but it's not Scots, but it's a different accent. It's not Liverpool, I don't think. It's not a Liverpudlian accent. And it's not Irish. It's not an Irish accent.
I got a new letter
Because
from the
I
informant.
don't think I would get those conflated. Magical Girl Farina? It's a funny... it's a funny concept. you know? The thing that actually made it pop into my head was when I said the Healy thing. Because I was like, wait, that sounds like the sort of, like, attack naming that happens in Magical Girl stuff. Where's the other pyro thing? Where's the pyro thing in the bob? I know it's out here somewhere. 1, 2, 3. Is it up there? Is it? No, it's not up here. Where is it then? Did one of them go out by the time I hit the third one? So what if I dash over here, hit that, and then I dash over here and hit that, and that doesn't do it. It doesn't activate it yet. Oh, they have to be activated in a specific order. I see. That's why they turned off. Right? Is that it? I don't know if that's because I got the order right, or if that's because that just happened.
Value on this.
I don't know if that's because I was correct, or if I just happened to do it with the right timing that time. I don't know. Anyway, let's get Senior back. I could put Raiden in the party, but I don't think I will. I could put Dendra Traveler or Kale in the party and get some... Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for some Burgeon.
I'll ensure your safety.
Going to do that for some Burgeon reactions. Because I remember those dealing massive damage when, like, Mualani was in the party, so we're going to keep that up. We're going to keep that up a little bit. Got more rewards, though, too. Give me some Primos. Now, how many Primos doing? Gotta turn in these, too. Battlefield of... okay. So, witness the cutscene. And then, do I have more? I do not have any more. Nothing in the mail. I don't know why I checked that. There would be a mark if there was. Taiwan's bargains. Purchase with Primos. 1. Got enough money for 1. 1 of them. And then I have 9. Okay. I've got 8. No, I had 9 Primos left. That's what I had left. That's why they call me 9's Vox, guys, because I have 9. I only have 9 Primos to my name. Since we've got Mualani, the next thing we're going to be rolling for is this. Just to see if we can get Surfs up. Because sometimes I do get really lucky with getting the right weapons for certain characters. Sometimes I get really lucky with it. In Zenless. In Zenless Zone 0. In Zenless Zone 0. I got really lucky by getting Juyuan on my 3rd or 4th roll. 3rd or 4th 10 pull, sorry. And then, after getting Juyuan, I rolled the weapon, or the like, W engine thing once, and got Riot Suppressor Mark 6 the first time around. So, all that is to say, I'm kinda goated when it comes to rolling weapon banners. Should have kept Shenyun in the party for that right there. Was not expecting to hear noises that indicate Arlecchino's putting effort into anything. Because from everything I can tell, Arlecchino's holding back considerably most of the time she does anything. Let's go.
Did you get everything?
Yep. Oh,
Yep,
hey, sunrise.
it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
You seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
After
Yes.
Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance.
Oh, yeah, so he is doing the if I was there, I could have made a difference thing in his mind.
I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
But that happened several years ago, right?
Yeah,
The
we're not sure
Pyro
Kachina's
Archon said
completely
all life
fine
within the Night
like
Kingdom
now.
eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
Why is Paimon looking blue right now? She's looking particularly blue on my laptop screen right now. In this moment,
There might not be much hope.
everybody's looking sort of
But I still have
purplish.
to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it.
Everybody's
I'll
looking
start
a little
searching
bit
for the
purple.
conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If
The
you see
purple
any
guy?
fragments scattered around the area, please collect them.
Oh, wow. Got everything shaking
Make sure
over
you
here.
prepare yourselves for battle. As I said,
Oh,
the
yeah,
stone
probably-
will link
probably
the
the
mortal
light of
realm
the
to
stone,
the Night
yeah.
Kingdom.
Now that I think
The
about it.
Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Yeah, judging by the storm, they're already here.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Chama mentioned.
Okay,
Let's get
collect
closer.
fragments. Collect thingamabob. Doing pretty good at the collect thingamabob side of this. And dodging lightning.
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone!
Ooh, they're level 90. Hello.
Quietly now. Witness
Alrighty.
my rise.
Let me lock in.
Pride this on for side. Time to shine.
Watch this trick.
Game's up. Time's over.
Look at those numbers. The second I start using Dendro, everything starts exploding. But I start putting crazy numbers on the board.
Everlasting as the
Sarlacino just
moon.
makes it explode instantly.
Laid bare.
What's with the sad battle music going on here? There we go. Oh, we have a Abyss Mage. Okay, cool. Probably by far the easiest one to deal with. Have fun getting your shield broken. These things used to be so tough to fight when I was less good at the game.
Not long. We're getting close.
When I was less good at the game, Pyro Abyss Mages were so hard to fight. Huh? Come on. Ah. I can't get to it in time. I can. Alrighty. There we go. There we are. Yes, the unrendered peaks of the mountain. Because it's outside the map borders. You good? You doing alright? Ah, there we are. We got the
Quick, take
Utabiti
it!
stone back.
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there,
Wait, so
Malco.
that means that now there's
Just a little longer.
Once Kachina comes back from the dead, that means there's a duplicate of her ancient name floating around. At least the stone tablet. If it has it.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
We can
The
take it.
Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I think he knows that.
I should have died 5 years ago.
Vichama.
I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
I'll buy you some time.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. There's a quick time event. There's a quick time event. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Let me lock in.
Whoa, watch out!
You might be able to hear
The
that.
abyss is strong.
I think you can. That was tough. Let me shake out my hand real quick. Wowza.
Hanging in there?
Doing all right. Yeah, good. Good that you can hear it. Good that you can hear it.
Find him. Why?
Because I think he's gone for good.
We can't wait
He's been
any
absorbed
longer.
back into the
Pull
live
away
stream.
from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Molly.
We have to destroy the stone.
Get back!
Oh, Chasca's a bow user?
Wait!
She's an animo bow user. Do we have any animo bow users besides Venti? Farazan maybe, but I think that's it. Animo bow users. We don't have many of them,
What
right?
happened just now? It looked like the spirit speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Sounds like concussion symptoms to me.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
Sorry, dodge? You dodged an explosion? How?
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah,
She
barely a
did.
second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chasca. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
So did the explosion also kill the guy?
Okay. I'll be more careful next time.
Okay, fine.
At least
Touche.
Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama?
Completely vaporized, I think, because he was point blank of that explosion. So.
Vichama!
Oh, he's fine, actually.
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
Oh, wait. Did he pull it off?
This is...
Hey, Malko. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words. Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case, Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better, Vichama?
Of course.
Hopeful piano music in the
Seeing
background.
him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malko was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Yeah, you're right.
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Bichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom.
Yeah?
When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
More courageous
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated.
Why does the corrosion specifically affect the internal organs? Like, wouldn't it make more sense for it to affect the outer portion of the body first? Like, you know, corroding the arms and the legs and stuff like that. Why specifically the organs?
Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
Beautiful sunrise.
Huh. That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
I mean, Chasca will probably take responsibility from that because it was her idea. We can just take it to Sitlali and have it repaired, right?
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
We destroyed the stone. Sorry to say it, dude.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chasca for a few minutes. You come with me.
Is the long white coat saying scientist?
I'll be just a moment.
Alright, well, we'll figure this all out.
Koichi, Chasca's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
It feels like there's more to the story. Right, she
It's
did
not
just
really my
call herself
story to
sister.
tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chasca was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
Huh.
She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo sores. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chasca finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chasca still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one
I
minute
got
and your
jumped by
friends
her
the next.
too, or something like that. It feels like every playable character in Natlan will have something where they say, yeah, Chasca jumped me earlier in my life. I got jumped by Chasca.
Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
It just gets different, I think. According to the people that I know that have siblings, the fighting gets different.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chasca from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chasca makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chasca even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to.
By the time you're my
Better
age,
try now
sounding
than live
ass.
with
How old is
regrets
this guy,
later.
30?
That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
They have a very distinct model for older characters, and this man does not have it, meaning this guy cannot be a day over 40. This guy cannot be... let's see. What's the oldest that we've had someone use the generic, like, young man model in Genshin? Like, someone in their 60s or something still uses this model. Or something like that. If I remember correctly, there are people who are, like, quite old that still have this face. So, how old is this guy? Because he's just like, when you're young, you have to take risks in life so you don't, you know, grow up to not be able to, like me. And it's just like, how old are you, mate? Come on, man.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Koichi's voice actor's good. Or a voice actress. Very good. Oh, and the problem is not that she's going to the Night Kingdom, but going to the Night Kingdom without inviting her.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
That's not the problem here.
Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chasca, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control. That's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wyna prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chasca. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
Were we just watching that from afar, popcorn bucket in hand?
Something you wanted to say?
No, not at all.
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
Couldn't we just make an excuse that we need to take it back to Sitlali for a tune-up? You know, just to keep it working fine?
About that.
I was right about the dialogue there. Your next line is...
If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired...
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
What, in 3 pieces? Yeah, we had no choice, otherwise we were about to drop the void on everybody.
See.
Not the void, the abyss.
Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Sitlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
Alrighty. Alright. Let's go.
Take it easy.
And we can fly away from here. See how far we can get before we have to drop to the ground. We might be able to make it all the way into the stadium. Sorry, dude. Might be able to fly all the way to the stadium. I don't know for sure, though. We could have taken a lizard to grapple a little bit of the way. Alright, stamina still holding strong. Going in the right direction, too. I think we're gonna make it. I think we've got this, guys. Getting a little concerned for that stamina consumption. We might end up taking a little bit of fall damage, but I think we'll be alright regardless. And I'm probably going to end stream after we get through this next section, because that seems like a good stopping point once we get to a good story section there. Story segment. Make massive strides in the story, or something like that. I think I have to change direction so that I can land on top of the wall here. Alrighty, see you later. Have a good one. Thank you for watching the stream. You know what? I'm gonna do my outro now while I'm flying. And then, wait, did these banners have collision? Or can I stand on the banners? Ooh, we're so close, we're so close, we're so close. Ah! All right, we're gonna call the stream here for today, actually. Just because this is a good stopping point. So I'll see you guys later. If there's anything that you missed, catch the VOD on YouTube. YouTube crew who's made it this far, like and subscribe for more stuff just like this. And I will see you guys later. Yeah. Peace. Bye-bye. See you guys later. Adios. Sayonara. Peace. Nines Vox, signing off. Later.